Have you ever asked yourself a question so ordinary, yet so profound, it shakes the foundation of everything you believe? Here it is. What actually happens when we die? Not the cultural or religious story you were told, but what the universe itself has to say. Most of us grow up thinking death is a final line, that when the body stops, consciousness simply vanishes, like a flame extinguished in the wind. But what if that story is backwards? What if death is not an ending, but a transition? A transformation, a doorway into something deeper. Let's start with a small everyday observation. Close your eyes for a moment and remember the last time you held your breath underwater. That sensation, the tightness, the awareness of each second, reminds you that life is delicate, precious, and fleeting. Yet even in that brief moment, the body follows precise physical rules. Oxygen flows, cells consume energy, chemical gradients shift. Life is a process, a delicate orchestration of energy, information and matter. But notice something. Awareness persists even when the body experiences change. Memories, thoughts and emotions arise, ripple and fade. What is this awareness? Where does it reside? Is it simply the activity of neurons, or is there something more fundamental at work? Imagine a river flowing down a mountainside. The water moves effortlessly, following the contours of the landscape. If a leaf falls in, it rides the current. The river is the process, the leaf is a temporary participant. When the leaf drifts out of sight, the river continues. Life may be similar. The body is the vessel, consciousness the current, flowing through matter, but not confined to it. Now let's zoom in, even closer. Modern physics tells us that matter itself is mostly empty space. Atoms are tiny nuclei surrounded by vast fields of probability, electrons zipping around in clouds of possibility. Solid objects, even our own bodies, are almost entirely vacuum held together by invisible forces. And yet from this delicate, nearly intangible structure emerges life, awareness, perception, the vivid experience of I am. It's strange, isn't it? That something so immaterial, so ephemeral as consciousness, could emerge from matter that is itself mostly empty space. And even stranger, physics hints that consciousness may not be strictly bound to that matter at all. Consider the nature of information, the arrangement of atoms, the firing of neurons, the structure of DNA. All of these are carriers of information, and information, modern physics suggests, is more fundamental than matter itself. Information can persist, transform and spread without the original physical medium. Could consciousness itself be a form of information, able to continue beyond the breakdown of the body? Let's illustrate this with an analogy. Imagine writing a beautiful song on a piece of paper. The paper is fragile. It can burn, tear, or decay. But the song, the melody, the structure, the experience it evokes, can exist in minds, in recordings, in memories. Even if the paper disappears, the song persists. Perhaps consciousness is like that song. The brain is the paper, death is the decay of the medium, but the song of awareness, the melody of you, may continue to resonate in ways we are only beginning to understand. Now think about energy. Physics tells us that energy cannot be created or destroyed. It can only change forms. The energy that fuels our thoughts, our heartbeat, our movement, it doesn't vanish when we die. It transforms. Could consciousness in some form also transform rather than disappear? Could the awareness you experience now simply change its expression, continuing in ways beyond ordinary perception? Pause for a moment and imagine lying in a quiet field, looking up at the night sky. Stars that burned millions of years ago are just now reaching your eyes. Light travels vast distances, bridging time and space, carrying information across the cosmos. Perhaps consciousness, like light, is not strictly local. Perhaps it too can traverse, transform, and continue beyond the confines of the body. Let's take another perspective. Think about how the brain creates a continuous sense of now. Neurons fire, signals cascade, sensations integrate, memories blend with perception. But the sensation of continuity, the feeling that life is a flowing stream, is not the matter itself. It is the pattern, the dynamic information structure. And patterns, as physics and mathematics suggest, can persist even when the medium changes. Could consciousness, in a similar way, exist independently of the physical substrate? Now consider quantum physics. At the tiniest scales, reality is not fixed. Particles exist in clouds of possibility. Observations collapse these possibilities into specific outcomes. Some interpretations suggest that consciousness plays a role in this process, that awareness itself may influence how potentialities manifest. Could it be that mind is not merely a product of matter, but a participant in shaping reality itself? And if mind is fundamental, perhaps it is not confined to a single lifetime or a single body. Let's use a metaphor. Imagine a prism catching sunlight, scattering it into a spectrum of colors. The prism is finite, limited, but the light passing through it continues, flowing, interacting, reflecting. Our bodies are like the prism. Consciousness is the light. It may take many forms, pass through many prisms, but it does not vanish when one prism breaks. And think about the deep emotional experiences of life, love, awe, inspiration. These do not feel like mere biochemical reactions. They feel eternal, timeless, larger than the moment, as if touching something that exists beyond the material. Could this sense of transcendence hint at a truth that physics is quietly pointing toward? Could consciousness itself be a fundamental, indestructible aspect of the universe? Now let's examine a subtle but profound law of physics, the conservation of information. In quantum theory, information is never truly lost. Black holes, once thought to destroy everything that falls into them, may actually preserve information in subtle, distributed ways across the fabric of reality. If information persists, could it be that consciousness, which may itself be a form of information, also persists in ways we cannot yet detect? Imagine a river again, this time branching into countless streams. Each stream represents a form of experience, a moment of awareness, a life. When one stream merges back into the larger flow, it doesn't vanish, it continues, diffused, integrated into the whole. Perhaps death is not annihilation, but reintegration, a return to a larger universal field of consciousness. Now, take a deep breath and consider the poetic side of all this. Life is fleeting, fragile, and yet miraculous. Each heartbeat, each thought, each sensation is a spark of something vast. The universe has found a way to experience itself through you, and even when the body ceases, perhaps that experience continues in ways that are subtle, beautiful, and beyond ordinary perception. Let's return to something simple. When you turn off a light, the photons scatter, continuing to exist even though the room is dark. The light does not vanish, it simply changes form. Perhaps consciousness behaves similarly, continuing to exist, perhaps in ways we cannot yet measure, but no less real for our inability to observe it. And now consider your own awareness as you watch this video. Right now you are conscious. You are experiencing thoughts, sensations, curiosity. Could this very awareness, the ability to observe, to reflect, to wonder, be a manifestation of a universal, persistent consciousness that existed long before your birth and will continue long after your physical body ceases? Finally, imagine standing on the edge of a vast ocean at sunrise. Waves lap against the shore, each unique, each fleeting, but the ocean itself, vast, deep, alive, endures. Perhaps life is like that. Each body, each consciousness is a wave. Death is not the end of the wave. It is a return to the ocean. The current continues, the energy persists, and perhaps in ways subtle and profound, so does awareness itself. And as we conclude this first part, ask yourself one final question. If consciousness is not bound by matter, if awareness is fundamental, then what might survive the transition we call death? What mysteries await in the vast, living, eternal ocean of reality? As we continue, let's linger on that unsettling but exhilarating thought, that consciousness may not end when the body dies. What if the mind is not bound by the fragile shell we call the body, but instead is a fundamental part of the universe itself? Think about a single candle flame. You watch it flicker, dance, and glow. When the flame is extinguished, the heat, light, and energy do not vanish. They transform, they dissipate into the surrounding air, continue in subtle ways. Perhaps consciousness is like that flame. The body is the candle. Death is not annihilation, but transformation. Awareness may continue, flowing back into a larger universal field, imperceptible yet eternal. Now let's step into the realm of energy. Physics tells us that energy cannot be created or destroyed. The energy that powers your heartbeat, your thoughts, the electrical signals in your neurons, continues to exist even when the body stops. Could awareness itself be a form of energy, subtle and immeasurable, transforming rather than disappearing? Could consciousness, like energy, be eternal in some way, Imagine the universe as a vast interconnected network. Every particle, every wave, every photon carries information. The patterns of energy and matter create structures, systems, and life. And within this network, consciousness arises, not as a byproduct, but as an intrinsic feature, a current flowing through the fabric of existence. Death, then, is not the cessation of this current. It is a shift in its form, a reorganization in the infinite web of awareness. Let's use a vivid analogy. Picture a drop of dye falling into a clear river. The drop dissolves, spreads, merges with the current. The color does not vanish, it diffuses, becoming part of something far larger. Your consciousness, your sense of self, may similarly diffuse into a universal awareness. When the physical vessel ceases, it does not disappear. It integrates, subtly, invisibly, yet undeniably. Now think about memories. Even though our bodies and brains are temporary, the impact of our lives persists. The energy we release, the influence we have on others, the ripples of kindness, curiosity, or love, they spread beyond the confines of our individual selves. Could this not hint at a deeper truth? That consciousness is not an isolated phenomenon, but part of a greater continuous flow that transcends mortality. Pause for a moment and imagine the night sky. Each star is a blazing sun, billions of years old, sending photons across unimaginable distances. When you gaze at those lights, you are connecting to events that happened long before you were born. You are witnessing history in real time, and in a way participating in it. Perhaps consciousness is similar, a link in a chain that stretches beyond time, connecting the living and the past, the future and the infinite. Let's dive deeper. Modern physics introduces us to the concept of quantum entanglement, a mysterious connection between particles, where the state of one instantaneously affects the state of another, regardless of distance. The universe is not as separate as it appears. Could consciousness be entangled in a similar way, connecting minds, life and awareness across space and time? Could death be merely a local change, while the underlying awareness remains connected to the cosmos? Think about the human mind itself. It perceives, interprets, imagines, and reflects, but the sense of self, the awareness that experiences life, cannot be fully explained by neurons alone. We can map the brain, trace electrical impulses, but the feeling of I exist, that vivid, undeniable awareness, seems irreducible. Could it be that consciousness is a field, a fundamental property of reality, temporarily focused in the body, yet not limited by it? Consider this. When we dream, we experience worlds entirely generated by the mind, yet they feel real in the moment. Emotions, sensations, even events unfold with coherence and continuity. Dreams show that consciousness can create and inhabit realities, independent of external matter. Perhaps death is another kind of transition, a shift to a different dimension or expression of awareness, beyond the physical constraints of this world. Let's bring in another metaphor. Think of a radio transmitting music. The radio itself is finite, limited, and eventually breaks. But the song it carries, the melody, the rhythm, continues to exist in the electromagnetic waves, ready to be received by another device. Your mind may be like that radio. Death does not erase the song, it simply ends your physical reception. Awareness continues in a form we cannot yet perceive, but it remains real. Now think about the concept of time. Physics shows that time is not absolute. It can stretch, compress, and even be experienced differently depending on motion and gravity. Perhaps consciousness is similarly flexible, not confined by the linear flow we experience in our daily lives. Perhaps the end of life is not an ending in time, but a re-entry into a timeless field where awareness persists beyond the temporal boundaries of the body. And what about the feeling of self? Your identity, your thoughts, desires, personality may be like a pattern in a dynamic system. Patterns can persist even when the physical substrate changes. Think of a whirlpool in a river. The water moves, changes, flows onward, but the whirlpool pattern continues until it dissipates. Could consciousness be like that pattern, temporarily anchored in the body, but capable of enduring or transforming beyond physical death? Pause and imagine a forest. Each tree grows, lives and dies, yet the forest continues. Energy, nutrients, life, all cycle endlessly. Individual forms vanish, but the ecosystem persists. Perhaps death operates on a similar principle. Individual consciousness may disperse, yet contribute to a larger interconnected field of awareness. Life never truly stops. It simply changes expression. Now consider the moments in life when you felt awe, watching a sunset, listening to music, witnessing a child's first steps. These moments feel larger than life, almost eternal. They point to something fundamental, that consciousness itself is not confined to the body, but capable of experiencing, creating, and connecting to something infinite. Could these fleeting glimpses be hints of a continuity that transcends physical existence? Let's return to physics for a moment. The principle of conservation of information suggests that information cannot be destroyed. Black holes, once thought to erase everything, may instead preserve information in subtle distributed ways. If consciousness carries information, might it also follow a similar principle? Could death be a transformation of information, the essence of you rather than an absolute end? Imagine again a candle in a dark room. The flame illuminates the space, casts shadows, warms the air. When the candle goes out, the energy and heat disperse, subtly influencing the room. The flame itself is gone in its current form, but its effects persist. Consciousness may operate in a similar way. Death is not the extinction of awareness. It is a dispersal, a return to a universal flow, invisible yet impactful. Now think about your own awareness as you hear these words. Right now you are conscious. You are experiencing, observing, reflecting. This ability to witness life, to contemplate existence, is not trivial. It is evidence of something profound, that consciousness is real, fundamental, and perhaps not bound by the limits of the body or time. And here's the most profound thought of all. If death is not the end, if consciousness continues, then life itself is a gift beyond imagination. Every thought, every emotion, every experience, it is a spark in an eternal flow, and even though the body may cease, the awareness that gives life its depth may persist, ripple outward, integrate into a larger universal field, waiting to manifest again in ways we cannot yet measure or understand. Finally, imagine standing at the edge of the ocean at dawn. The waves rise and fall, each one unique, fleeting. Yet the ocean itself, vast, deep, alive, endures. Perhaps life, consciousness, and awareness operate in a similar way. Each individual life is a wave. Death is not annihilation, but a return to the ocean. The current continues, awareness flows, and the universe in its infinite, mysterious way experiences itself through every life, every mind, every heartbeat. And as we end this journey, ask yourself this: if death is not the end, if consciousness persists in forms beyond the physical, then what wonders await beyond this life? What truths lie hidden in the vast eternal field of awareness that the universe has been nurturing since the beginning of time? And most importantly, how does this knowledge transform the way we live, love, and experience every moment of being alive?